bua le Lerato mo. I'm your host on this show ya rona ya Breakfast with Lerato setshego. Today re kopane re ka mo Gomora re na le o mong wa rona who is very active on this community ya rona mo Ward 55 wa tsebeya. She's very motivational kore like wa tseba ke rata ntho e nngwe le nngwe ka yena. Dumela Ausi Mogau.
Okay.
Ke teng. First of all, can you please tell us hore na Mogau ke mang and then o tswa le ko kae?
Mogau, first of all, Mogau is a mother of 3 lovely boys. I was born and bred in Limpopo. Grew up in Mogau Township, Caravan Park, Zone A. And growing up, I worked in Polokwane, then later on moved to Pretoria, Northwest, back to Pretoria again, and now I'm finally stationed here in Pretoria.
Okay. What like how hola? Can you take us through that journey? How hola from Bonyaning and then to where you are right now? Like ke eng yo kopaneng le yona, ke eng e lo reng wa embrace through you growing.
Let me start off by indicating that growing up, I was the youngest sibling of the family, the last born in the family of 5, 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And being the youngest, I was bullied a lot starting from my family. It started off by my look, like the hair. My sister used to say Muriruaka kwa mahotentos because Muriruaka no le dry and crop. And also body shaming to say was strapper, like you've got an English figure. Because bona they were full figured and everything. But then I took that as a challenge to start loving myself from a very young age. I can start to practice the moves and everything. Because that's when I started to say, you know what, I believe that I can be a model. And also believe that I'm beautiful as I am. Not according to the standards, and the bullying went out even outside at school, as I've indicated, all the texture of my hair and everything. So in high school, I was bullied a lot. I was called Mogau brown and everything. I think that's where the color brown or blonde started, because at that time I was bullied, but then when I grew up, I started embracing. That's why I always do a blonde color or brownish color on my hair, because it started then got bullying and everything. And I've also indicated that I was born and bred in Zanin, and being from Zanin, when I arrived at Lewahomu, Negibolela Silovedu, and Silovedu at that time was not a popular language, and I was made fun of because of the language that I was speaking, but I have never succumbed to pressure. Like me learning Sepedi, Sarampashele and everything, it came just because of the long period that I stayed in Lewahomu, not because of the pressure. So young people used to make fun of me because of that kiloberi that I was talking at that age. And then being as young as I am, the youngest of the family, my brothers and sisters, they succumbed to the pressure. They ended up learning Sepedi out of pressure, but me being me, I stood firm. Like always, I'll even go a step further to talk my clan name, Kiki Praise or Nake Nangwana Motswapo. I'll go to that extent because I wouldn't want to succumb to pressure. And and then growing up, I started becoming a young activist. I took a step that, you know what, I'm going to be involved in the issues the community yaka. As young as I am, how I got to love politics and how I got to join politics. You know, it took a day whereby I was sent to the shops to get something for my family, and then ge ke fitla mo complexing ka kira batho ba eme, and then they were like Nevali group, and then later on they started chanting the slogan and everything, and then there was a man inside.
To you?
No, never chanta.
Okay.
I was supposed to pass.
Okay.
But then that crowd, yeah, attention yaga, and then I went closer to the crowd, and then those people were chanting, and then there was this man, Alec Amorare and everything, a man with the cat, Chico style.
Okay.
And then that man caught my attention, and then instead of going to the shops, got joined the crowd. Until the crowd moved around the township, and then there was this a guy who knew me, who knew my brother, and then he carried me on his shoulders. But no, I came on Juice and everything. That crowd until the shop at its one day. And then on my way, Reki joined the crowd.
Okay.
That's when I learned that, oh, this man comrade Peter Mogau. And then when I went home, I started asking, who's this man? And then Kerevan Chalushet about the history of South Africa. Because Renagero Tomago, like Ikanakwela, riots and everything. Lechelo Limpopo, they were not that right and everything, but we also experienced that.
Yeah.
But I was still young at that time. So that's when my interest in politics started. And I've never looked back. Neke bereka le bo young man bo comrade James Mankge, one of the young men we long worry. He's a man now. At that time he was a young boy who was brave. At school he'll disrupt the classes and everything. That's how hectic it was.
Did you go through that Lelona during your school times?
Yes, we did. And I was always amongst the boys because somehow I grew up being a tomboy. So for me, being amongst the boys, it was not a problem. So I was always amongst the boys. So I'm the only girl. And then that's how my journey started. The campaign in the community, the elections. At the forefront, they are always there, motivating, canvas and everything. And then the love of politics, if it formally, so at the workplace I became a shop steward. And I took a break, 9 years, and I'm back again into that because
wow.
Yes.
There's something I keep to telling you on that, like I thought it's a hate during Rona Revola, out this step at the class and going all over, but I never knew that you experienced that too also. So like coming back, I see you wearing a belt there, Miss Kevilicious finalist 2025. Can you take us through that, your journey? How did you end up joining Miss Kevilicious, and what drove you to join Miss Kevilicious?
This thing came as a default because how it came about. April 27, I was receiving an award for influential women,
of which you are.
We were at Gold Reef City, and then the lady, we were the first batch who received the awards, and the lady that I was sitting with, Ki, the founder. And then she said, I'm the founder of this pageant. Do you mind being part of us? I said, you know what? Madam is Kevilicious. I'm not that Kevilicious. He said, no, it's about embracing yourself as a woman, loving yourself as you are. We need women by long or they are change makers. So we then that's when I decided, well, hi, since we are talking about change and I'm a change agent, maybe I'll think about it. And then okay, we talk about change agent. Yeah, I've got a book, I've published motivational opinion pieces and everything. I did this small motivational talks and what. I think I fit in that scenario, so why not?
Okay.
That's when I decided to go no, Queen Mother, because that's how we call her. I think I'm cut for this.
Wow.
But your night was a default. Now I went for the awards and then I bumped into this. Or maybe it found me. Let's put it
Let's
like
put
that.
it that way. Okay. And then like how totally busy, what does that, how did it deal with your confidence? I'm sorry to say that. When you heard somebody saying, do you mind being in this pageant? What did that do to your confidence per se?
Never seen she wouldn't notice me because hey, I wish you could see me. When they called my name.
Wow.
He stepped on the red carpet
I saw
to receive my award. Go to the energy that I brought.
Wow.
There's no way that you wouldn't notice. So I think she saw that. She felt the energy and everything. I feel like no. I think we've got something there. So I don't think we'll issue confidence. Confidence is always there. It has been there. Even on the day. There's no way that she wouldn't notice. Yeah. So confidence is something else. Something I had to build out throughout my life. You might not believe me. There was a time whereby I took a step back, and everything. But then I just ended up coming out again, being myself again, even after taking a step back. Mara the issue of confidence, don't worry,
Wow. Mogau Letswalo, who is one of the influential women on Amo Wating Yarona ya Wat 55. She's active what committee Omotola everywhere. You get her everywhere. Let me tell you, Aona Moka Sikengwa Motola. Now like interested, I heard you talking about the book and I saw it. Can we talk more about it? What came to you interested? Go who ngwaleng telling your story.
You know what? When you first come across me, or not approachable. So the reason why I decided to write a book is because I came across a lot of people writing judge. So just because of those people based on their perceptions or misunderstanding or not having time to get to know me. That's when I decided to say, you know what? I'm not going to allow anyone to judge me as I'm Tsebi. So I decided to share about my journey, the adversities that I went through in life, the pain that I went through. You know what? I've worked hard to become the woman that I am. So you're not going to judge me without knowing my story. I wanted to pass the message that, okay, I don't care how you look at me and perceive me, but this is who I am, and I'm unapologetic about who I am. I'm just going to make you aware, Hori, you don't know me. This is me, but I've worked hard to become the person that I am today. That's the reason why I decided to write a story about my life, so that people can know the real Mogau, not the one that you perceive, or not the one that we now. And the interesting part about my book is that even some of the people who are close to me, they thought they knew me.
Okay.
Because Baba Lim close, they know me as a loving and caring person. And they know I'm hot-tempered. On this woman, but there's love behind that and everything. So Baba but they thought, or when I know a person, I don't mind sharing about my life. I don't mind opening up. But then, after reading my book, they realized that no, we thought we knew this woman. The person who was doing a review about my book at work, when we were launching the book, is somebody who knew me for more than 10 years. But then she made a comment that, you know what, I always thought that I knew this woman. But when I read the book, that's when I realized that, it's like I'm peeling the layers of an onion. And it brought some tears and everything. The question that I was asked about my book, the situation. So, prepare because some of the things they are deep. I always talk to my kids. Some of the details are but they are prepared. So, yeah, buka yaka ke yona eo ke be ke direla hore batho ba tsebe nna, the real me, not motho e leng hore ba nagana ka yena. That's why I decided to write this book. And ke nagana o kare e ka motivate a young person who e leng hore maybe that person has reached a dead end. Maybe because you are a teenage mom, maybe because you are from a poor background and everything. So it's a motivational book. You can build somebody. If ever positively, you can decide what I can rework on my life, and then you shape your journey.
Wow, very interesting, very much interesting. Now, I just want to know where can one find this book? If maybe I'm interested, is it out yet, or maybe it's a book that you still waiting for it to be published, or where is it currently?
The book was published on the 19th of February, and we already did the first book launch at my workplace, but then I'm still going to do more book launches. And by longer, you want a copy, is not sold at the bookstores now, but I intend to do that in future. But for now, if you want it, you have to contact me on my cell number is 08257677283, and then it's also a WhatsApp number. If you can send a message, then I'll respond to you. Buka yona irekishwaka 250, and then those who are not staying around Gauteng or around Pretoria, then you will have to pay for the courier costs.
Yeah, when I dive into what you are saying now, I remember you told me, I don't work with local people. I want you to dream big, dream internationally. Don't settle for less. Those words are still in my mind even today. I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bahesu. Today show ya rona ya breakfast show with Lerato setshego e fela hona mo ke rate o leboa le Letswalo mme Letswalo o tlile a ba le rona nako ya hae a tla tlogona lo fa bana di sanitary towels di sepa I just want to ask something ya fitla mo mnano. Did you go through the struggle maybe of getting the things that you came late on today?
No, I didn't struggle because they believed in the effort.
Okay.
You know what, we are going to assist you to do that. They supported me. My cousin Khomoto, she invited me to graduation party.
Wow.
And then I left with a gift.
Wow.
Pile sanitary towels.
Wow.
And then my neighbor, one of my neighbors, Maras Beshele Masoko, also brought me the sanitary towels. And over and above that, in Tatengadi Mantladi, he's the one who supported the funds so that I can get more. Now I didn't put more in the initiative.
Wow.
Petrol, horeka and everything, more or less. Mara most of the things from people who believed that, you know what, since you want to touch the lives of young people, we are going to support you.
I wanted you to mention all the stakeholders that made this
and
thing
besides, I've got a team in supporting my sons, my boys. They went out and bought, because now I was at work, working from home. Even though I was working from home, I had to attend meetings and everything. So they went out and bought the stuff, and also the support of my neighbor Kinalin Mekhoroshi Ledwaba. She's with me. She decided to join me. My boys, they came. Is the support structure that I'm telling. They decided that, you know what, we are going to be with you there. And those young people. So I appreciate the support that I got today. And also the team who made sure that Rekerea space, you, Lerato, and your team, and the media team, the guys who are making this possible, because without them I wouldn't be able to get the attention near the young people who came out in their numbers, because you organize, you make sure that they come, sit and listen to this woman, and they also appreciated what we gave them. So it's a team effort, and the support throughout that I would like to appreciate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You get everything from Dear Swenka. Dear Swenka, it was a dintor detail. Salute. Kelebua Timika Ofela. From me to you, my love, to shout out. Mwah. Bye.